Jonas jumping center for the Bulldogs, and she wins the tip, but it's going to be a battle for the basketball, and actually Central winds up getting it. Jonas blocks the shot, Mumpini the rebound, and then a long pass to Isabella King into the front court, and she collides there with Jalen Johnson, and that one's a little bit of a dangerous pass. You hate to see a player like King and that lower body contact.
Yeah, thankfully it was a little bit more of hip to hip than anything too dangerous, and she comes away from it unscathed.
Bedford in the full court press, just getting underway here. We started a couple minutes late, and for our usual 6:30 time that we're accustomed to, we are a 7 o'clock start here tonight. JV game ran long. Central trying to break the press, and a long pass from Aaron Fleury goes out of bounds. It'll be Bulldog ball, 7:39 left here in the first. We are just underway.
Looks like Central's going to start in man-to-man defense, half court.
Bedford in their home white jerseys, red numbers, black trim. Rosenbaum trying to penetrate, instead kicks it out. King down low to Mumpini, and a shot with the left hand high off the glass for two, and the Bulldogs lead it 2-0.
Yeah, that worked out well. Nice pass into the post from King, and then Mumpini able to turn and score with the left.
Central in their green unis, white numbers, black trim. Fleury with the ball, looking, trying to find a way inside. Thought she had one, now thought better of it. Kicks it back out. Shot missed by Jess Lewis. Bedford with the rebound. Long pass, Morgan to Mumpini. And that one is incomplete. And Central winds up with the ball. There's pass interference and a foul called there. I believe that one goes on Sophia Mumpini. That is her first. For those who are diehard fans of the Bulldog program, that Morgan to Mumpini connection is one that was familiar for some time. Thomas Morgan and Lucian Mumpini, as Jess Lewis bangs in a basket underneath and ties the game at 2. Jonas, nice pass from up top, down low to the left-handed Isabella King, and feathers one off the glass, makes it 4-2 Bedford.
She got it in a perfect location to turn to that strong hand, her left, and score it on the left block.
From the looks of that, that was a play that they've practiced once or twice before. Fleury kicks it up to Jess Lewis. The three from Lewis, knuckleball, misses. Jonas the rebound. Morgan sprinting into the front court, crossover. Now looks down low to Emma Rosenbaum. Emma's little floater misses. The rebound to King, and she goes up for a shot, is fouled, and will go to the line shooting 2.
Well, that's one of the benefits from really pushing in transition. Allie Morgan was able to get that wide open shot for Emma Rosenbaum, and that led to the offensive rebound.
First one from King is good. Second try from Isabella. The only difficulty was Emma caught it a little bit back on her heels, and instead of being able to drive, wound up in that fadeaway as King makes the second free throw. 6-2 Bedford, 5:48 left here in the first quarter. Just getting underway, so if you are out cruising around on 101 and looking for something to do, come on up to the high school. Nice little give and go pass. Shot missed by Destiny Jordan, and then she follows her own and gets a bucket. Makes it 6-4. Morgan, a little crossover, thinks about one, now gets it to King up top. Left-handed Jay, just long off the back iron. Mumpini the rebound, misses. King follows the rebound, picks it up. Nice job, great hustle, and ties it up. And it winds up being Bedford ball underneath, so that hustle leads to a possession.
Great aggressive play there by King. Just fortunate not to get a foul called, instead create that jump ball.
Rosenbaum finds Morgan. Morgan down in the paint, little up and under off the glass is good.
Terrific scoop shot there by Morgan. It's not going to count for anything in the stat book.
I thought I saw the universal sign for that's an and one. It was not to be. She was a bit frustrated by it. Now fakes the defender out of her shoes, and a little left-handed pass to Isabella King, who converts. And that makes it 8-4 Bedford, 4:55 remaining in the first.
King with a quick 6 here for the Bulldogs as she picks up another steal.
And on the steal in transition finds Allie Morgan. Morgan a little fadeaway, misses. King gets the rebound and puts a shot up. Is fouled maybe, and no foul called. Picks it up and fights for it. And that hustle again will lead to another Bulldog possession.
Yeah, tough angle there for the official. Looked like Isabella King's left hand was being held, but only her right hand was visible, and that's what she used to get the rebound.
Morgan into Rosenbaum, now looking for Mumpini up top. That one off the mittens of Mumpini. And it'll be a little green ball. About 4.5 minutes left here in the first.
Bedford settling back into the half-court man-to-man now.
Jonas doing a good job trailing her man, Jordan. Now Amanda comes out on the shooter who misses the shot. Rebound to Allie Morgan, and she's in 5th gear. And decides to draw it back out, gets it to Mumpini. Now to King over on the left side. The 3 is good. Isabella King red hot. And the Little Green do not have an answer. So they'll take a timeout, trailing at 11-4, 4:12 left in the first.
Yeah, Coach Wenner's getting a quick timeout there for the Little Green, and I'm certain that they talked about Isabella King coming into the game. She would have been a primary focus of any scouting report, but that will serve as a reminder, hey, can't leave her open there. If we're going to let anybody loose for a 3, it cannot be her. And she made them pay the price there. Isabel King already with 9 points here. We're not even halfway through the first quarter.
She is hot and might also precipitate a change in defense too, because you got to have somebody shadowing her. They certainly have the athletes to do it. So Bedford on top, 11-4, just about halfway through this first quarter of play. Nice move by Bree Pietranero-Hamilton, but loses the ball, and now there's a couple scrambles for it. It's Rosenbaum and Lewis. And looked like they called a jump on that one. So it will be a Little Green ball here on the near side. This game is a TV game. It's also a radio game, in case you're wondering why you're watching TV and we're really talking so much.
Harry Kozlowski is producing this radio broadcast from Texas, of all places.
Because why not?
So we're crisscrossing the country to get this to our radio listeners.
Ball stolen by Emma Rosenbaum. Gets it to Mumpini. A little up and under in the front court. Misses. Nice try by Sophia. Little Green ball. 3.5 left here in quarter number 1. Bedford on top, 11-4. Now it's Erin Fleury over to the far side to Jess Lewis. And Lewis's 2 is good. Foot was on the line. That makes it 11-6. Morgan taking her time, getting into the front court, looking for Mumpini, and now looks to the corner to King. Bedford working the perimeter over to Jonas on the near side. Now to the cutter Morgan, who tried a finger roll, wound up knocked down onto the floor. Was looking for a foul, didn't get one. Now pass over to the near side to Destiny Jordan, who makes a 3-pointer high off the glass. Degree of difficulty quite high on that one. Makes it 11-9 Bedford with 2:40 left here in the first.
Yeah, Morgan took a real hard spill on that last trip up the court, but she seems to be all right.
King looks down low to Jonas. Jonas, little hook shot, and they say that she traveled before she released it.
Emily Hobaus and Emily Greenwood checking in for the Little Green. Bedford going with a 1-2-1-1 full court press now.
And just as soon as you said it, they called off the dogs. 2.5 minutes left here in the first, 11-9 in favor of those dogs. Mumpini playing good solid D on Greenwood up top. Greenwood down to the baseline, kicks it back up top to Fleury. Now looks down low and tried to find Fleury on a give and go, and ball went off of somebody's hand. And Bedford thought it was Fleury, and the officials thought otherwise. So now Fleury will inbound. Her team trailing by 2, 2:14 left here in the first. Inbound to Greenwood. Greenwood takes it back up top, far from the hoop, guarded there by Isabella King. Will now kick it off to Lewis, whose three-pointer goes in and out. Allie Morgan winds up with the board, and she'll come back the other way. Allie into the front court, guarded there by Fleury. That's a good matchup right there. Two very good athletes, good ball players, competitors. Back to Morgan is Rosenbaum. Now a little crossover. Morgan drives the lane. Little finger roll is good from Allie. She gets a bucket, and the Bulldogs lead by 4. A minute and a half left in the first.
Short little scoring drought. Nice for Morgan to break it there.
Greenwood drives, kicks to Hobos. Hobos now finds Destiny Jordan, looks back to the corner to Greenwood. She's trapped, doesn't really have a whole lot of real estate to work with, and instead she'll drive the lane and is fouled. And the foul called there on 41 Jonas, and that is Amanda's first.
Yeah, that was an acrobatic drive. Greenwood sort of slithering towards the glass and drew that foul right across the head.
Very good description. Greenwood knocks down her first free throw, will attempt the second. Some changes for Bedford. Jonas out, Mumpini out, Pennick in, Grogan in. The second one is missed. And the rebound there to Rosenbaum, and now quickly Morgan into the front court. Crossover dribble, step back Jay, and that one is good.
From distance, the long ball.
I'm still speechless. I'm impressed. It was a great shot. Pass over to the near side from Fleury, and that one goes into the Bedford bench and immediately draws a look of concern from Fleury. Puts her hand over her mouth, thinking she was injuring somebody over on the Bedford sideline. Morgan with the left hand, drives, gets it to King. King behind the back, now back to Morgan in the corner. Head fake, looks for a turnaround Jay, instead kicks it to Pennick. Bedford working the perimeter, now down low to Catherine Pennick in the paint. Shot misses, rebound to Rosenbaum. Back to Pennick up top. Now looks over to Rosenbaum on the near side. The frenetic defense slows down. Emma tries with the left hand to beat Fleury, and Fleury knocks it away. 21.5 seconds remain here in the first. The Bulldogs on top by half a dozen, 16-10.
We'll see if Coach Gibbs and the Bulldogs go for a quick shot off an inbounds play or if they hold for the last shot of the quarter here.
Rosenbaum trying to find somebody, and in doing so steps on the line. Just kind of lost her balance a bit. And so now with 20 seconds left, the Little Green have a chance to potentially cut this Bedford lead in half. Pass over to the near side to Schneiderman, now to Lewis. Dribbling with the left hand is Hobos, now kicks it back out to Lewis. Lewis drives baseline, a fadeaway Jay misses. Rebound there to Pennick. And that will bring our first 8 minutes to a close. Bedford controlled it for most of that first period and winds up leading 16-10 after 8.
Yeah, and the small things there, nice defensive rebound from Catherine Pennick. That answers one of the questions we had earlier in the day, whether she'd be back in the lineup, and Coach Gibbs has to be happy to have her. She's a great glue force, if you will, off the bench in the paint. Kind of takes over for Jonas with that defensive rebounding prowess, and that one was the way that Bedford was able to end that quarter without giving up another bucket.
And it just makes such a big difference when you have somebody who can spell Jonas, and I don't mean like using the 5 letters that comprise the name. I'm just saying somebody that is able to fill in for her. In the past, we had that sort of two-headed monster of Kendi Barnard and Amanda, that if one gets in foul trouble, you know you have the other. And in this case, you have, it's almost like Coach Gibbs was thinking a year ahead of things and saying, I'm going to need somebody who's got a little bit of experience for when Amanda's a senior. And sure enough, Pennick got that seasoning last year.
That's right. She was a freshman last year, and you don't often see freshmen getting significant minutes, but she got that, and that's huge experience. And now you see her playing with a lot of confidence this year as a sophomore.
We have fans watching from down in Connecticut. Amanda's older sister, Morgan, watching the game as well. So it's a beauty of the internet, man. can see it, listen to it from wherever we are. So wherever you might be, a pleasant good evening to you. Morgan dribbling, and looked like they got somebody for an illegal screen, and that one's on Catherine Pennick.
Her first and just the 4th team foul.
I think I received the affirmative that Pennick's brother was playing in the unified game this morning, or this afternoon. Feels like it's this morning. Pass knocked out of bounds. It'll be central ball underneath, but we were joking at that point about Pennick in the paint, and we've seen it from Catherine and her brother today.
Yes, we have.
Quickly checking in for the Bulldogs. Emma Kazajanski, one Emma in, one Emma out. Rosenbaum out of the game. Inbound pass to the freshman Hobos, guarded by the senior Morgan. A tough matchup right there. Central trying to drive is Jordan. Passes it back up top now. They're just trying to find a way to get it down low, but that guard play of the Bedford Bulldogs is really preventing it. Aaron Fleury now drives all the way around, and a shot is missed there by Petronero Hamilton. The ball rattles around and goes out of bounds. It'll be Bulldog ball. 7:10 left here in the first half, I should say.
You mentioned the defensive guard play, and Sydney Grogan stepping right in where the starting guards left off. Really tough defender there.
Now it's Morgan for 3 from deep. And Allie Morgan connects on her second 3 of the game. She's now got 8. The Bulldogs lead by 9, 19-10. Long pass thrown by Jalen Johnson down into the corner to Petronero Hamilton. And it looks like it went off the hands of a Bulldog. So it'll be little green ball on our right. Net shot missed there by Johnson. Scramble for the ball, and it's off the hands of one of the Central Little Green. As Central substitutes, the Bulldogs start this possession. 6:42 left here in the first half, leading by 9. Morgan looks down low to Pennick. Nice little hook shot from Catherine Pennick. Bulldogs get a bucket, lead by 11.
Smart play there by Pennick as she turned into the paint and made that hook shot with her left hand.
Pennick playing some good tenacious D out there on Petronero Hamilton. Fleury on the far side, trapped by Kazajanski, manages to elude her, gets her own rebound. And a 3-point attempt there is missed by James. And it's Kazajanski and Fleury getting tied up down low. And a foul called on Kazajanski.
Bit of an awkward fall there for all involved. Thankfully, everybody up and ready to resume action.
I was going to say, you always have a little bit of concern when you see one person rolling over onto another.
In the knee area.
Yeah. Shot missed there by Central. Bedford coming back the other way, leading 21-10. Morgan dribbling on the near side, wearing purple high tops, gets it over to King on the near side. Morgan winds up back with the ball, looks down low to Pennick. Nothing there, thinks better of it. And now King looks to Pennick down low. The ball stolen by Destiny Jordan, and Central will come right back the other way. Bedford leads by 11 here, 5:20 left. A travel call there on Jalen Johnson. She looked like she had a passing lane. The lane closed up. And it left her in no man's land. Morgan barking out the signals. Gets it to King. Now back to Morgan in the corner on the near side. Bedford on top by 11. 5 minutes left in the first. A 3 missed there by Morgan. Nice rebound by Isabella King. And a left-handed putback underneath. She gets a bucket. She's now got 11 on the game. And she's got 3 possessions that I can think of that she is influenced completely with hustle.
You got to love the hustle on that offensive rebound, and you also have to love the skill that we saw there in that putback, where she was underneath the basket when she caught the rebound, but she went back up with the reverse layup in the quickest fashion without turning her body and turned it into a reverse layup, and that's how she got to 11.
Isn't it the weirdest thing when they call a timeout and the entire place goes silent like it's church,
Yes.
and we're still talking?
I mean, it is. It is a form of church.
I know, but still, like, nobody's,
in one
like,
sense of the word.
they're down on their phones in the front row. Like, the rest of us, we're talking. Coach is talking. That's about it. Nobody else is talking.
There's 4 people talking in this stadium.
You, me,
2
and the
coaches and 2 broadcasters.
Your kids aren't even talking. It's silent.
Finally.
So Bedford on top 23-10. 5:02 left here in the first.
Very respectful from the crowd. Just no interference with the coaches' huddles.
Eerily silent, and I'm talking, feeling eyes staring at me like, where are these people talking? Because we can't go to commercial break.
Because it's our job.
Yep. Dribbling into the front court is Johnson. Kicks it back up top to Lewis. Lewis's 3 is good. That gives her 7 and makes it 23-13 Bedford. Bulldogs right back the other way. Rosenbaum quickly with it. Thought she was fouled. Misses the shot. Braga picks up the rebound, does Marina Braga, and they say that she was out of bounds. So with 4:40 left here in the first half, the Bulldogs leading by 10. But this is a Central team that can certainly get it done on offense. Jalen Johnson dribbles into the corner, gets it back up top to Lewis. Lewis trying to get some space, misses a 3. And again, bodies like bowling pins on the floor in the paint. It sounded like it too. Somebody had to reset the pins. Central kicks it around, gets it back up top. Pietranero Hamilton loses the pass from Lewis, and Bedford comes back the other way. It's King on the fast break, and she was fouled on the floor. And that is just foul number 3 on Central. That one called on Pietranero Hamilton. So Bedford will inbound halfway through this second period with the Bulldogs on top by 10. Nice inbound pass from Braga to Pennick.
Yeah, that one went directly to the left block after Pennick cut through the lane, and she quickly finished it.
So the Bulldogs will get back on D again against Central, leading by 12. Johnson drives into the lane. Little left-hander is good from Jalen Johnson, a 5'4" sophomore. Now we'll come right back the other way. Allie Morgan directing traffic, instead drives the lane, looks to Isabella King on the near side. The 3 misses. And right back the other way are the Central Little Green. Johnson had a notion at a 3-pointer, thought better of it, gets it to Fleury, who is a renowned soccer player going to Syracuse on a soccer scholarship as well. Dribbling with the left hand, gets it back up top. Now it's Johnson, braided hair pulled back, drives the paint, and winds up getting jostled by Allie Morgan and knocked to the ground, and they'll call a foul on Allie right there. Or check that, the foul is called on Emma Rosenbaum. For Emma, it is her first, the 6th of the half on the Bedford Bulldogs. And to the line to shoot 2 is Jalen Johnson. I might have said that one was on the floor.
Yeah, bang, bang play. It was a nice drive from Johnson. She's a left-handed player. She was driving to her right and found a way to contort her body on the right block and get that shot up. But Bedford has a nice edge here with a 10-point advantage. And fortunate that Jess Lewis, who has attempted 4 or 5 3-pointers, has only made 1. She's had a couple go in and out. So Coach Gibbs has to get his team focused here for the last 3 minutes of the half and try and keep this 10-point advantage.
Yeah, you still got to keep that perimeter D tight, because if she's got the confidence to shoot it, you know how it is. You're a shooter.
You keep shooting, especially when they're going in and out.
Yep, you
and
shoot.
She's made 1.
Yep, you shoot until you go out of the slump, and then you shoot
while
until
you're
the
hot.
hot streak stops. Johnson misses both free throws. Greenwood the rebound. Nice job sealing off. Now to Fleury up top, back to Greenwood. Greenwood with a knee brace on her left knee. Looks like she's ready for volleyball season, and a nice job by her to find Destiny Jordan in the paint. And Jordan crashes to the floor as she makes a layup. That gives her 7. And the Bulldogs lead by 8, 2.5 left in the first half.
I thought the same thing when I saw Greenwood's knee brace. It has that volleyball feel to it, doesn't it?
It's kind of the Brian Cardinal knee pad. Ball down low to Pennock. Now up top to Rosenbaum, and her feet got ahead of her brain. Called for a travel before she releases it. Rosenbaum and Braga out. And it is Jonas and Mumpini back in. So Bedford going a little bit big here with Pennock as well as Jonas in the ball game. And Mumpini winds up with a steal. And as she's on the fast break, Jalen Johnson gets caught with her hand in the cookie jar. And that will be foul number 4 on Central. Johnson didn't think she did anything wrong. Then again, that's all of us whenever we commit a foul.
Usually, although that did look like a pretty clear reach in from this angle.
I mean, there's sometimes where I deny it, and there's sometimes where I got my money's worth.
Right.
That would have been one of those times. A little entry pass down low from King to Jonas, and that one was right on the money. Amanda's on the board. She's got a pair.
Tough angle there.
27-17.
She was a little bit below the block, but she reached back to get the right angle and converted.
Lewis up top, now back to Johnson. Johnson dribbles over to the far side to Greenwood, who's looking down low, doesn't have a dribble left, gets it to Fleury. Fleury, a crossover dribble, now dribbles into the lane, gets it over to Lewis on the near side. Her 3, in and out and in again. Jess Lewis with 10, and the Bulldogs see their lead cut to 7 from 10. 27-21, 15 left in the first half. Mumpini out to Jonas, looks down low to King. King tried to get it back to Jonas, and the left foot of Emily Greenwood ruined those plans.
There you see the offensive versatility. You've got Jonas trying to make a post pass into King, and certainly we've seen the reverse of that many times.
Morgan looking around, finds Mumpini up top. Now back to Allie. Allie dribbling with the left hand, drives the lane, tries to get by the tough defender Fleury and can't. Now gets it to Pennock, and with a little beautiful right hand floater, Pennock bangs it home.
What you call that? You called it a floater. That works. It was like a half hook scoop.
It was a scoop, I guess would be a good way to put it. And Pennock crashes to the floor as Destiny Jordan might have gotten her with a shoulder, but one good turn deserves another, I guess. Nice shot by Jordan once she realized that her defender was on the floor. Isabella King driving the lane, left hand, misses. Rebound to Central, about 25 seconds left here in the first half. The speedy Erin Fleury drives, and Catherine Pennock tried to get to a spot and set herself, and they wind up calling a block on Pennock. It is foul number 7 for the Bulldogs, foul number 2 on Catherine. Nobody on foul trouble for the Bedford Bulldogs as of yet. Fleury to the line, shooting a pair, misses the first.
Yeah, that was a bang-bang play. Pennock did a great job sacrificing her body, trying to draw the charge, but it was such a split second there before she really got her feet set. I think that's why they called the blocking foul.
It was the right idea. You know how tough it is to go in front of a player with a full head of steam, too. Fleury misses that second free throw. Rebound to Pietranero Hamilton, the shot blocked, and now Central will play for the last shot, trailing by 7. 15 seconds left here in the first half. Fleury dribbling around, a flurry of dribbles. Shot misses short. Allie Morgan with the rebound. 5 seconds left here in the first half. Morgan into the front court. Tries a left-handed shot off the glass, but is fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2. And that foul called on the freshman Emily Hobos. And that will bring Morgan to the line to shoot a pair.
Bedford benefiting from Central's decision not to hold for the last shot, as we anticipated that they would.
Morgan makes the first. The Bulldogs now on top by 8. And the second one from Allie is also good. 2.7 seconds remain here in the first half. Mumpini playing tough D on Fleury, who couldn't get around her and winds up not getting a shot off. And so the first half ends with Bedford with a 9-point lead, 31-22. And for the Bulldogs, we've seen some offensive firepower, but not from, I guess, the usual sources. Isabella King is always reliable on offense. Allie Morgan, we've seen some, but the other game we saw most of it in the second half. But a nice name that we're seeing is Catherine Pennick, who has scored 6 in the first half.
That's right. If you want to go through the totals here, we've got Isabella King with 11, Allie Morgan with 10. As you mentioned, in that recent game, she was held scoreless in the first half due to foul trouble. She came out and scored double digits in the second half, but off to a good start today. And Mumpini got a basket. Kazajanski scored. Jonas scored 2. I had Pennick for 4.
I had Pennick for 6, and I didn't have Kazajanski for anything.
Okay. On the other side for Central, they totaled 22. It came primarily from 2 players. Jess Lewis had 10 points. She made 2 3-pointers. Destiny Jordan had 9. Jalen Johnson had a bucket. And Emily Greenwood made a free throw.
And that one was right on. We got that one straight up. So anyway, we are excited that we get to watch a little bit of 3rd and 4th grade rec basketball here on the court at halftime. So we will leave you for a few minutes. I think Harry's going to throw some songs in the mix if you're listening to us on Bedford 105.1. But our score at the half, 31-22 in favor of the Bedford Bulldogs. Come back in a little bit. You are listening to Bedford Bulldog basketball on Bedford 105.1. Anything that you saw, Andrew, in the first 16 that you're on the lookout for in the second half?
I'm going to look at Bedford's perimeter defense. We talked about Jess Lewis. She made her second 3-pointer. They have 3 as a team. That's what's keeping them in this game. If Bedford can close out the 3-point line, I think they'll be victorious tonight.
Nice pick set out there by Destiny Jordan, who then finds her way down low, kicks it over to the corner to Johnson. The 3 is long. Mumpini the rebound. Mumpini on the fast break to King, and King's fast break is good. And the Bulldogs now lead it 33-22, 7.5 minutes left in the third. And that gives Isabella King 13 on the game. Attempted an entry pass by Jalen Johnson. And she is fouled by Sophia Mumpini. For Sophia, foul number 2. Aaron Fleury to inbound, trying to get it around Allie Morgan. And Morgan knocked down and rights the ship, but looks like she might have tweaked an ankle there somewhere along the line. Now pass down low to Destiny Jordan. A shot blocked there by Rosenbaum, and the shot missed. Another attempt. Fleury gets the rebound and misses the shot. Rosenbaum will get the rebound, and we'll see how Allie Morgan's doing. Coach Kevin Gibbs yelling at her, "You need one, you need one." But Allie's not one to request to come out of a game. Ball to Mumpini along the baseline. Shot missed. Rebound to Central, and come right back the other way.
Yeah, the adrenaline kicking in there for Allie Morgan as she continues on.
Nice steal made there by Morgan, knocking the ball away from Pietronero Hamilton. The Bulldogs on the fast break. Mumpini with the right hand. The shot missed. Morgan tries for the rebound, can't get it. Fleury leading the fast break for Central. And tried to pass it to Pietronero Hamilton off her hands. Now to Johnson, drives baseline to Fleury, kicks it back up top to Lewis, and Lewis's 3 is good. Her first points of the second half, gives her 13 in the game, and cuts that Bedford lead to 8 again. 6 minutes left in the third.
Can't leave her open, just like King on this side of the ball.
Ball down low to Isabella King. The left hand misses. Now gets the rebound, tries to put the ball up, and they'll say that she was tied up, and so it will be Bedford ball underneath. They had the arrow. Kicking the ball around, Mumpini to Morgan down in the corner, now to King. The left hand to King, no good. She fights for the rebound, kicks it to Morgan in the paint. Morgan's little floater misses. The rebound there to Central. tough time getting the ball out of there. It'll be Aaron Fleury in a mad sprint trying to go coast to coast. Shot missed. Morgan with the rebound, knocked down there by Jordan. And the rebound, or the basket made there by Destiny Jordan. That now gives her 11 in the game. Bedford right back the other way. This game's getting physical in a hurry. And Mumpini is fouled as she puts the shot up. They say the foul committed by Jalen Johnson, her first.
Mumpini tucked that ball in, sort of like a ball carrier in football, to brace for contact, and then she extended it for the attempted shot.
Sophia's first one is missed. She'll have a try at the second. That one rattles around, no good. King had her hands on a rebound, can't get it. Now Fleury picks it up, quickly dribbles into the front court, gets it to Jalen Johnson, and then Morgan blocks the shot out of bounds. Johnson not impressed by that block by Morgan. I was
too. So was Allie. You got to love it as a point guard, getting the occasional or rare block.
And those two having a little bit of extracurriculars now, making this one fun. But for the officials, they got to keep their whistles in their mouths. You can't let this one get out of control. Bedford on top by 6. 4:45 left here in the third. Fleury with it, down low to Jordan. Jordan with a fadeaway off the front iron. Morgan the rebound, gets it to Jonas in the front court. Jonas, a beautiful pass to King underneath. Now to Rosenbaum, and Emma's left hand is good, high off the glass. Talking about practice.
Back-to-back beautiful passes in a situation that you don't normally practice. The way that play came together.
It's just experience with your teammates. That shot from Lewis missed. Rosenbaum gets the rebound, but in large part because Morgan sealed off Fleury. And now Rosenbaum into the front court, gets it to King. King misses. Jonas tried for the rebound, couldn't come up with it. Johnson leading the fast break for Central, gets it into the front court to Pietronero Hamilton. And the ball knocked away there by King. And it'll be Central ball on the far side.
King was inspired by Morgan there with a nice block on the block.
Johnson with the ball up top. Mouthpiece, mouth guard kind of half hanging out of the mouth. Gets it to Fleury. Fleury dribbling up top. Now drives into the lane, does Aaron Fleury. And did a great job slowing up her body to get that shot off. The Bulldogs find their lead cut to 35-29. They lead by 6, 3.5 left here in the third.
Fleury's speed finally paying off there. She sped her way to the basket and scored.
Mumpini's entry pass to Jonas, a little bit off the mark, knocked away by Central. Johnson to Fleury on the fast break. Fleury drives baseline, runs through Allie Morgan, gets it to Lewis on the baseline for a little J, and Lewis makes that one. That gives her 15. The Bulldogs lead by 4 with 3 minutes left in the third.
Getting a little too close for comfort here.
It is, it is. The Bulldogs at one point had an 11-point lead. They led 33-22. Now the pass from Morgan to Jonas, a bank off the right-hand corner of the square, but Amanda doesn't care. Good shot, went in. Bulldogs lead by 6, 37-31. Johnson drives, kicks to Jordan. Jordan's three, in and out. Rosenbaum had a handle on that rebound, couldn't come up with it. And 2 Bulldogs had their hands on it. 1 Little Green did. And instead, a jump ball called by the officials, and it'll be Central ball underneath on the arrow.
Pennick and Grogan check in for the Bulldogs, replacing Mumpini and Jonas.
Bulldogs going a little bit younger now. Inbound now, looking down low to Greenwood. Greenwood thought better of it, went out, shot a 3 from the far side, missed. King with the rebound, and is now dragged to the floor. And I'm not certain on whom they called a jump on that one, all right. So Bedford gets the ball by way of the arrow. Bedford with it quickly into the front court. Pennick from the corner, the 2 is good. And the Bulldogs, who had their lead cut to 35-31, now lead 39-31.
Bedford picking up the intensity here with the man-to-man defense.
Central working it around. It's the freshman Hobos driving and throwing up a runner from just outside the free throw line, but got fouled somewhere in there. And we'll go to the line and shoot two.
Yeah, it was on the drive, and the foul was called on Sydney Grogan, her first.
Hobos makes the first one. She is a freshman, 5'2", also played varsity soccer for Central, and makes the second one as well.
Now some full court pressure here, man-to-man by Central.
Rosenbaum to Grogan to Morgan, and that one knocked away by Central. And so Bedford, after all that, gets the ball just about to midcourt. Leading by 6, 39-33, 1:45 left here in quarter number 3. Morgan looking down low to Pennick. The ball knocked away and then stolen by Pennick. Grogan with it up top. On the crossover, looking for somebody, anybody, gets it over to Pennick on the near side. Pennick to Rosenbaum on the near side. Emma Rosenbaum looks down low to Pennick. The shot blocked, and Central will come right back the other way with 1:13 left here in the third. Allie Morgan doing a great job on D, knocked that one away. Now it's Hobos looking for the cutting Greenwood. And they say a foul somewhere down low, and on number 30, Isabella King, that is her second.
High degree of difficulty there on that bounce pass. Hobos threading the needle, and Central draws the foul on the play.
Bedford up by 6, a minute left here in the third. Now driving the lane is Lewis. Ball knocked away from her. She emerges with it, and now coming up with it is Sydney Grogan, the freshman, who will quickly go into the front court. Grogan to Rosenbaum. Dribbles to the near side, shoots a three to Emma. It's a little bit short. Rebound to Fleury. Central back the other way. 40 seconds left here in the third quarter. Fleury looks up top to Lewis, who somehow found herself alone and winds up missing the shot. So Bedford got lucky on that one. Lewis has 15, but might have been a little too open.
Too open for my liking. Bedford fortunate on that miss, and now we get to see the press break again.
Rosenbaum, Grogan, Morgan now looks to Pennick up top. Pennick back down to Morgan. Ball knocked away by Emily Greenwood. And right back the other way. Greenwood's a solid player. She's a sixth man who I think by design comes off the bench to get a little something started. 10 seconds left here in the third. Central looking for a shot. Hobos, little floater, drives the lane, misses. Allie gets the rebound, goes to half court, chucks it up, and was looking for Isabella King, but couldn't find her. And as such, time expires here in the third. The Bulldogs lead at 39-33. So they led by 9 at half. They lead by 6 after 3.
Yeah, surprising there. Bedford only had 8 points in the quarter, their lowest scoring quarter tonight.
Well, for the Bulldogs, they, at one point, they scored the first basket of the second half. It looked like they were going to run away with it. They were up by 11. And next thing you know, Central had really cut into that lead. It was 35-31. And they went on, what, a 9-2 run to get us to that point. And so after 3, it's 39-33. Bedford tried to stretch things out a little bit, but still, this Central team is tough.
Yeah, and I'll say it again, Jess Lewis had 10 points in the first half. She had another 5 there in the third quarter, so she's on pace for 20. And Bedford just has to be right on top of her defensively and force her to give it up and make somebody else try to beat you.
Now for the Bulldogs, we saw a little bit more of Isabella King down low in the third quarter. Would you send her back out?
I like how Coach Gibbs deploys her, mixing it up, inside and out. She's got that great offensive versatility. She has a beautiful stroke from three-point land, but she also has the moves inside. So I like seeing her inside and out. It
is definitely a different look. She is just so smooth from outside. And it really allows Bedford to spread the floor, too, when she's out there.
Fleury stepped on the baseline there, so Bedford will take over.
Amanda Jonas fighting for the ball there and winds up falling on Erin Fleury, and that did not look good. And for a competitor like her to be writhing in pain on the floor, you can only hope that she's okay after that tussle for the loose ball.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing there is that Fleury was on her side as she was laying on the ground, and it happened quickly, and Jonas tripped over her and landed on her other side. So it was just sort of an awkward collision.
And it was an immediate reaction too. It looked absolutely painful, and we've seen a lot of effort and energy given by players on both teams here tonight, particularly Erin Fleury. You come away from this game, she's only had 2 points in the game, but she has left quite an impact on the game with the energy that she's brought throughout the game. So
yeah, and she's walking off under her own power, so that's great to see. She's kind of holding her lower back and her hip area, and as painful as it was, it probably scared her more than anything because it probably tweaked in a very unnatural way just because she was laying on her hip and got landed on the other hip.
And it's also a scary thing too when you're thinking about an athlete who is a multi-sport athlete, that you start to consider other possibilities. You certainly don't want somebody hurt in a situation like this. So hope that Fleury has a speedy recovery. We've enjoyed watching her play to this point in the game. Now Isabella King will drive the lane with the left hand, and the shot missed by King as she is fouled, and she'll go to the line and shoot a pair.
Yeah, and there we see again where King has the ball on the perimeter, but she sees a lane where she can get to her strong side, her left, and she got that all the way to the hole and drew the foul and knocked down the first free throw.
Isabella's made all 3 that she has taken to this point in the game. She's got 16 so far, and now make that 17. For Isabella King, the Bulldogs now lead by 8. Erin Fleury walking down to the end of the bench, just kind of stretching things out a little bit. To Greenwood on the far side, now to Jordan. Jordan with the left hand, blocked there by Jonas, who helps her up. And it will be little green ball underneath.
Strong display of skill and then sportsmanship with the block and then the help for the opponent.
Look down low to McKenna Schneiderman, but a nice play by Pennick to knock that ball away.
Great denial defense. Tipped it out with her left.
Schneiderman back up top to Jordan. Jordan gets it to Greenwood, the 6-footer, a senior. And a little entry pass from Jordan, or check that, from Greenwood to Jordan. And a foul called there on Amanda Jonas, her second. And it'll be little green ball underneath. Now to Greenwood on the near side, ball fake, little crossover. Greenwood loses it, now back to Johnson, who has a tough time getting the handle. Bedford on top by 8, 6:45 left here in the game. The freshman Hobos being harassed down there, manages to get it out and does so to Schneiderman, who dribbles into the paint and just got the ball a little bit high, and they called a travel. Could have just as easily called a carry there too.
And that was entirely the result of that aggressive defense from Bedford. First they doubled Hobos, and then they doubled her in the lane, forcing the travel.
So Morgan bring the ball up for the Bulldogs, leading by 8, 6:28 remaining in the game. Morgan, little fadeaway baseline J, the shot misses. And right back the other way is Central, and how do you like that? Erin Fleury back in the game already.
Looking as speedy as ever.
Dude, I'm suitably impressed. You can knock her down, but you can't keep her out.
That's been proven right here in front of our eyes.
Fouled and going to the line to shoot a pair is McKenna Schneiderman, or check that, Destiny Jordan. First one is good.
You catch who just checked in?
I did not. What did I miss? I was in complete brain lock. And the second one also good from Destiny Jordan. What did I miss?
It was Pietraniro Hamilton.
Okay. I would like.
I knew you wanted to take advantage of every opportunity you could say her name, but
I would like to just refer to her as BPH.
that works.
Yep. Except I think that's a medical condition. Jonas for three from the near side. Shot misses. Rebound is taken there by Central. The Bulldogs lead it by half a dozen here. 41-35. 5:53 left in the game. Flurry to inbound. Fleury dribbling quickly into the front court. High off the glass for Aaron Fleury. The bucket is good, and Bedford sees their lead cut to 4 again, 41-37.
What a jolt of energy there for Fleury to get back in the game and then use that speed again to score. Cut the lead to 4.
Grogan to King outside the three-point line. King thinking about a three, but would like a little bit of room. Called for Jonas to help her out, and instead gets it to Morgan up top. Morgan a crossover now back to Jonas on the near side for three. Big shot there by Amanda. And the Bulldogs get their lead back to 7. 5 minutes left here in the game. Aaron Fleury playing like a woman possessed to the baseline. Back up top to Greenwood. Greenwood dribbling, driving into the paint. The 6-footer is fouled. The entire Bedford bench is incredulous. And who did they call it on, Jonas or Pennick?
They gave it to Jonas. Both Jonas and Pennick were in on that attempted block, which looked good at the ball.
First one from Greenwood is missed. She is now 1 of 3 from the stripe here in today's game. And the second one is good. So Greenwood, 2 of 4. Those are only 2 points in the game. Bulldogs lead it by 6, 44-38. 4:50 left in what has been a hard-fought, well-played game. Pass over to the far side to Pennick. Now down to King on the elbow. Back to Grogan up top. Pennick on the far side, looking down low for Jonas. Now double teamed. Gets it out of there. Grogan emerges with it. King with it on the near side. Dribbles behind the back. Looks to Grogan. Now looks down low to Morgan. And Morgan went up to try to catch that entry pass and was pushed in the back. And that is foul number 3 on Central. That one called on Fleury. And that is Fleury's second. Bedford on top by 6. Pennick dribbling with the left hand. Now ball back to Morgan up top. Allie taking her time, trying to get a little bit of separation from Aaron Fleury. Now gets it to Morgan, or to Grogan, I should say. A skip pass over to the near side to Pennick. Shot missed. Jonas fighting for the rebound. And we'll see who they say it went off of. I think Jonas was making an argument that it went off of the hands of Destiny Jordan, but as such, the referee wasn't buying it. Little green ball coming back the other way. Bedford leads by 6. 3:50 left here in the game. Ball knocked away. King winds up with it. Bedford goes right back the other way. Loses the ball, a scrum on the floor, and they call a jump ball on that one.
They did. 4th or 5th of the half here. Bedford with the arrow on this occasion.
Bedford on top by 6. Morgan drives into the paint. Knocked down there by Fleury. And they will call the foul there. My guess is Aaron Fleury, and sure enough, that proves to be the case. She's got 3.5 minutes left here in the game.
just the 4th team foul on Central. Bedford has 7, so Central will shoot for the rest of the game on any foul.
Grogan inbounds to Morgan. Now back to Grogan, looks up top to Pennick. The shot from Pennick misses. Grogan had the rebound, it popped out of her hands. King picks it up, and the pass to Pennick gets away from Catherine, and into the front court quickly is Central. Nice job by Allie Morgan to knock that pass away. Otherwise, it's an easy fast break basket. Emily Greenwood drives the paint and misses the shot, but is fouled and almost stepped on Sydney Grogan.
As we get a timeout here, Coach Gibbs wanting to settle this game down a little bit. This is turning into one of the most physical games I've seen here in recent years. Just battle after battle for every position, every possession, every loose ball, and a lot of contact in the paint.
And we haven't seen a whole lot of offense here in the second half. Bedford has scored 13. Central has scored 16. And this is after both teams combined for 53 points in the first half. So the defensive pressure has certainly been turned up. And as a result, a lot more, I'll say, scrambles for loose balls.
Yeah, I mean, it's longer possessions, harder possessions, more fouls on the ball, more turnovers. So in short, it's been fewer shot attempts because of the way this game has become more physical. And Bedford with that 6-point lead, I'd say they've never really been in danger here in the second half, but they still have a lot of work to do here with 3 minutes to try to finish this one off.
There is a lot to be done, and these 3 minutes can be a very long 3 minutes too. So we'll keep that in mind as well. Greenwood to the line, she'll shoot 2. She has made 2 of 4 to this point. And that one got just about every part of the rim except the inner part.
Yeah, more of the front and side right than middle.
Now the second one from Greenwood, short. Nice job by Jonas picking up the rebound. Gets it to Morgan, guarded closely by Aaron Fleury. And Morgan lost the ball, did a nice job, or so it appeared, getting it, bringing it back through the leg, but they said that she carried it over and they whistled her for a double dribble.
Yeah, a little reminiscent of the Final Four last year on the men's side on a play that was not called a violation, but this one was.
Allie Morgan steals the ball from Johnson, and now as she goes up for a layup is knocked to the ground by Johnson, who instead of helping her up or checking on her, just walked away. It seemed like that was some sort of bizarre retaliation for a block earlier.
It very well could have been.
Just judging from the facial expression, you might say.
Then and now.
Yep. Morgan misses the first. Bedford on top by 6. 2:43 left here in the game. And Morgan's second one is good. I mean, that's the basketball equivalent of giving up a home run and then beating a guy the next time up.
Right.
Isabella King steals a pass. Morgan winds up coming up with it, passes to King, and King converts the bucket. And Bedford now on top by 9, 47-38. Their biggest lead since they led 33-22.
That was almost too unselfish by Morgan, but King did a great job to catch that ball and finish it.
Greenwood, a crossover dribble, drives the lane, switches to the right hand, and a little finger roll is good. Greenwood's first basket of the game gives her 4 points, and she gets the Little Green within 7, 47-40.
Coach Winters quickly calling timeout there for Central after that made basket to stop the clock here. 2:14 to go, lead cut to 7, and now he can set up his defense and give his girls a little bit of a rest before this possession. They need to come up with a bunch of stops here if they want to catch the Bulldogs.
2:14 remaining in this one. And I feel like if I'm looking down in the front row, some of these guys have watched now 3 games. Reminds me of in high school going to see Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3.
Oh,
But I mean, a lot of these guys have been in the gym since 4 o'clock. It's about 8:20.
It's been a long day here.
Yep.
4 games to choose from.
It's a lot of fun though. Allie Morgan dribbles into the front court for Bedford. 2 minutes remaining in the game. The Bulldogs lead by 7. Loses the ball though, and Manchester Central coming right back the other way. Sydney Grogan doing a great job on D. Greenwood drives baseline. Can't get there. Grogan being tenacious. Kevin Gibbs calling for a 5-second call. Didn't get one. And Lewis's 3 missed. She was not boxed out. She follows her shot and winds up making it. And Lewis with a big bucket there after the missed 3. And the Bulldogs see their lead cut to 47-42 after being up 47-38. Isabella King with it into the front court. King outside the 3-point line, taking her time, gets it back to Allie Morgan up top. Morgan with the left behind the back, gets it to Pennick on the near side. Now Grogan, the freshman, with it. Might have gotten away with a travel, and instead a foul is called for Central 2. They still have 1 to give.
And this is the time to be more aggressive. Go for the steal, and if you get called for the foul, that's okay, because pretty soon you're going to need to foul intentionally and get Bedford to shoot free throws.
So Jonas looking for somebody to inbound it to, gets it to Rosenbaum, who dishes it off to Allie Morgan, and Morgan is fouled, and she'll go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1 with her team up 5 with 1:07 left in the game.
And a great opportunity for Allie Morgan here. She's 3 for 4 at the line tonight, and this is a huge 1-and-1, up by 5 here with 1:07 to play.
Got to make the first to get the second, and she does.
That gives her a dozen for the night.
And the second one from Allie also good, giving her a baker's dozen. 49-42 Bedford, just about a minute left in the game. Erin Fleury burning it coast to coast, misses the layup. King with the rebound. She is fouled and will go to the line and shoot a 1-on-1.
Man, what a blur there. Fleury just turning on the jets. Almost overran that layup. She had so much speed behind it that it went off the backboard and missed the front iron. And then she picked up her 4th there to send King to the line.
First one from King, misses. And so Central will come right back the other way. Greenwood into the front court to Fleury. Shot from Fleury, misses. Pennick the rebound, and Catherine trying to get rid of the ball, gets it to Allie Morgan, and Allie's great ball handling skills as she gets past Fleury. And that might have been, I thought it might have been on Fleury, foul number 5, but instead they say it's on 32, Jordan. That is number 2 on her.
Jonas gives Morgan a little encouraging pat on the right shoulder. We'll see if that translates into a make.
And that one missed. Pennick with the rebound and is fouled almost immediately. And will go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1.
Great hustle play there by Pennick.
For Bedford, they have missed their last 2 1-and-1s. And that one, foul number 10. So Pennick shooting 2. I only thought that one was foul number 9. And she makes the second one, does Pennick. That gives her 7 points in the game. Fleury quickly dribbling into the front court. Over to the far side, now to Lewis. Lewis for 3, a deep one, misses. And the ball rolls out of bounds. The Bulldogs lead here by 8, 30.5 seconds left in the game. And Jonas playing quarterback from the sideline, gets it into Allie Morgan. Allie trying to break the press and is fouled there by Destiny Jordan. Bulldogs lead by 8. This one would be well into double digits if not for the fact that They've missed a couple 1-and-1s and some other free throws here in the second half.
Now Morgan gets 2 here and a chance to basically salt this away and get the lead from 8 up to 10.
Allie makes the first, gives her 14 in the game. Bulldogs on top 9, 27.5 remain here. And the second one also good, the small but mighty student section over on our far side. And it is Fleury getting it into the front court to Jordan. Jordan up with a shot. And they say a jump ball or a travel was
He made both signals. In the end, I think they chose traveling.
Okay. 19.6 left in the game. Bedford on top by 10. Amanda Jonas connects deep with Rosenbaum, and Rosenbaum will try a little layup. The shot misses, and the rebound there goes to Catherine Pennick, and they'll say jump ball, 13.1 left, and the Bulldogs leading by 10. So this one's just about done. Into the front court is Jess Lewis. She's been the high point scorer for the Little Green. But both teams still fighting over loose balls. 2.5 seconds left in the game. Bedford on top 10.
That time Lewis landed on King, but thankfully again everybody looks to be okay.
And the inbound to Morgan, and that'll do it. So that one, no shortage of excitement. Bedford winning 52-42, the final. We had a game that was 31-22 at the half. And for Bedford and Central, they played pretty much even in the second half, but ultimately Bedford came out on top.
Yeah, and I hope I didn't speak too soon there. Isabella King really favoring that left knee now, so we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, and that's something you don't want to see too late in a game where you have players who are competitive, who are fighting over a loose ball, but the last thing you want is a player of the magnitude of Isabella King getting hurt in a situation like that. So we hope that we have good news to report. Sure, we'll hear more about it on Friday's show, but hope that we have good news to report as far as the condition of Isabella King. It certainly looked like it might have been painful, but I guess what we would call a very physical second half. So you want to run through the high scores in this 52-42 Bedford win?
I do. Over on the Bedford side, Isabella King finished with 17. Allie Morgan had 15. Catherine Pennick and Amanda Jonas both had 7. Sofia Mumpini had 2. Kazajanski had 2, and Emma Rosenbaum had 2. Over on the Central side, Jess Lewis led the way with 17. Destiny Jordan had 13. Emily Greenwood 4. Erin Fleury 4. Emily Hobaz 2. And Jalen Johnson 2. And one programming note, coming up after the broadcast here on Bedford 105.1 will be Suburban Underground.
Well, there you go. I don't get the programming notes. Harry knows I'll never read anything anyway. So any parting thoughts before I go to drive all around town to pick up my kids?
Well, like you said, good solid victory for Bedford to have a close game where the lead bounced between 6 and 10 there for most of the second half. They hit some free throws down the stretch, and we just have to hope that Isabella King is okay after that fall in the last few seconds there.
Looks like she's being tended to by the head athletic trainer, Eric Jelinas, as well, down on the far side of the court. So our sincere thanks to everybody involved for allowing us to broadcast this game. Corey Parker, the rest of the Bedford High Athletic Department, as well as Coach Kevin Gibbs and the Bedford High girls basketball team, as well as Bill Jennings, Colleen Richardson, Harry Kozlowski over in Texas, and George Cox for all of his fine camera work back there. So again, the final score here is Bedford. I didn't write down the final score. The scoreboard's off.
52 for the Bulldogs and 42 for the Little Green.
52-42 the final. For Andrew Hansen, I'm Lauren Fox. Have a great night. You have been listening to Bedford Bulldog Basketball on Bedford 105.1.